Hello learners, welcome to the lecture on Information and Communication Technologies and Gender. I am Dr. Yashmita, working as an assistant professor in ANDUAT. Today we will explore the complex relationship between gender and ICT, focusing on how women are impacted by and can benefit from technological advancements. In this session, we aim to define information and communication technology and explain its significance in the modern world, analyze the concept of gender neutrality in ICT and identify the reasons for the digital gender divide, examine the role of ICT in women's empowerment and its connection to the Sustainable Development Goals, evaluate the current representation of women in the global and Indian ICT sector, discuss potential solutions to counter the gender divide in ICT. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to define ICT and explain its various components and processes. Identify and explain the key factors contributing to the gender digital divide. Analyze case studies that demonstrate successful use of ICT for women's empowerment in various contexts. Interpret data on women's representation in the ICT sector and explain the current global and Indian situation. Propose evidence-based strategies to promote gender equality in ICT access, education, and employment. ICT has become a necessity of life in the current world. Let's look at some of the statistics to understand its prevalence. The International Telecommunication Union estimates that 4.1 billion people worldwide were using the internet in 2019. Global internet penetration has increased from 17% in 2005 to 53% in 2019. Between 2005 and 2019, the number of internet users grew by almost 10% each year. The term information and communication technology was first coined and popularized by Stevenson's 1997 report to the UK government and further expanded by the new national curriculum from the UK in 2000. According to Margaret, ICT is an umbrella term that includes any communication device or application encompassing radio, television, cellular phones, computer and network hardware and software, satellite systems and so on, as well as the various services and applications associated with them, such as video conferencing and distance learning. ICT functions through various mediums and processes, which includes telephone, mobile, internet and broadband, sensor networks, data storage and analytics, satellite broadcasting, computer and websites. The ICT hierarchy proposed by Coleraine Zuppo helps us understand the different aspects of information, communication and technology. According to Zuppo, each hierarchical level contains some degree of commonality in that they are related to technologies that facilitate the transfer of information and various types of electronically mediated communications. Information technology is the application of computers to store, study, retrieve, transmit, and manipulate data or information, often in the context of a business or other enterprise. IT is considered as a subset of information and communications technology. Understanding this hierarchy is crucial for comprehending the various aspects of roles within ICT. This figure illustrates a comprehensive framework of information and communication technology and its integration across four major domains, which is economic development, economic sector, education, and business or IT. The economic development branch focuses on mobile technology infrastructure. Economic sector is structured into three fundamental areas, namely goods produced, manufactured, related services, digital economy metric. The educational domain emphasizes three essential elements, namely skills and competencies, devices and tools, pedagogies. The business and IT segment is organized into two main components, which are architecture and devices like phones, tablets, and pagers. The framework demonstrates the interconnected nature of ICT across these sectors, highlighting how digital technologies serve different purposes in each domain while maintaining common elements like mobile devices and communication tools. It's noteworthy that devices like phones and tablets appear repeatedly across different branches, emphasizing their universal importance in modern ICT infrastructure. Historically, technical skills have been dominated by males, and the ideas of masculinity and femininity in skills have been prevalent for a long time. For instance, women are often seen as developing communication codes using emoticons, whereas males are often associated with developing hacking skills. This trend illustrates a gender biasness even in ICT. Defining the digital divide and gender divide. The term digital divide was coined by Lloyd Morissette, president of the Markle Foundation. It refers to the divide in the sphere of ICT among populations and regions in relation to access, usage, and adoption of technology and its benefits. It's essentially a divide between the information haves and have nots. The gender divide in technology is as a result of a broader impact of digital divides across regions and demographics. When the inherent social structure has created an unequal world, the impacts have also penetrated the sphere of ICT, triggering scholars to analyze two components of technology and the inherent gender bias in it. One such branch is feminist technology studies. Eminent philosophers like Harding, Haraway, and gender theorists like Butler have explained and highlighted the problems of technology and gender bias. In the 1970s, radical feminists disregarded the patriarchal nature of technology and science, where Western technology was inherently believed to be dominated by males. This domination of patriarchy, which was acceptable and legitimate to society, has been termed as hegemonic masculinity. Feminist technology studies theorists stress the need to document such masculine ideologies and stereotypes about women and technology so that they can be disregarded through policy interventions leading to gender equality. ICT can become a tool that can empower or exclude different sections of the population and thus has the capability to transform gender relations. The gender divides in ICT have been prominent and tend to be exaggerated if not checked at all levels of the societal structure. Let's look at some of the real world statistics on the gender and ICT gaps. Overall, the rate of mobile ownership by women is 80% with a 10% gender gap in mobile ownership. 433 million women worldwide are unconnected. In the middle and low income countries, 250 million more women have mobile ownership than in 2014, but they are still 10% less likely than men to own a mobile. 197 million fewer women own a mobile than men. 313 million fewer women than men are less likely to use mobile internet. The proportion of internet usage among women is higher than men by around 8%. Gender equality in internet use is found only in 1/4 of the country. This graph illustrates the internet user gender gap across different regions and economic categories between 2013 and 19. The gender gap represents the difference between male and female internet user penetration rates expressed as a percentage relative to male users. The data reveals significant disparities across regions. The least developed countries show the largest gender gap, increasing from 29.9% in 2013 to 42.8% in 2019. Africa follows with a substantial gap that widened from 20.7% to 33%, and similar trends can be seen in Asia and Pacific regions. In contrast, some regions demonstrate progress in reducing the gender divide. Europe's gap decreased from 9.4% to 5.3%, while America achieved gender parity, showing a minimal gap of minus 0.4% in 2019. The global trend shows an overall increase in the gender gap from 11% in 2013 to 17% in 2019. This disparity is more pronounced in developing countries compared to developed nations. Now let's explore the reasons behind this gender digital divide. First one, poverty and economic dependence. In many developing nations, women's dependence on male counterparts, lack of opportunities to participate in the labor market, and socio-cultural barriers tying them to the domestic sphere have caused them to be distinct from ICT opportunities. Second one is illiteracy and lack of digital skills. UNESCO states that women make up two-thirds of the world's illiterate population. Female students get on an average 12.3 years of education from primary to tertiary level in the Asia Pacific compared to 12.4 for male students. Language barriers and the lack of basic skill development support tends to extend the gender gap in the digital sphere. Women have lower literacy and numeracy scores in all occupations including ICT, but those who have the same literacy and numeracy scores as men tend to outperform them in ICT skills. Thus, it can be concluded that gender of a person does not determine ICT skills, rather literacy and numeracy does. Fields of science, technology, engineering and mathematics have seen low numbers of female graduates. From 1985 to 2011, there has been a 50% fall in females completing computer science degrees in the USA. Across the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, countries at the age of 15, only 0.5% of girls want to become an ICT professional in comparison to 5% boys. The number of girls wanting to become engineers, architects and scientists is half to that of the boys. In 2015, there were only 24 female graduates in the field of engineering, manufacturing and construction, whereas it was 25% in the field of ICT. Poor workforce participation. Only 10% of technology-based jobs in Silicon Valley are held by women. Globally, only 6% of mobile applications are created by women. Women comprised a mere 5% of all CEOs on the Fortune 500 list in 2015. As stated in the UN report on women empowerment, many studies calculated a balanced workforce will increase the GDP of USA by 5%, 12% for UAE, 34% for Egypt and 9% for Japan. Discrimination and hostility towards women in ICT workplace. According to a 2018 United Nations University report, around 73% of the women have experienced some form of cyber violence. The Tech Lever studies in the USA in 2017 showed that 1 in 10 women who leave their job have reported unwanted sexual attention in their last job. Lack of stern law contributes in creating a non-conducive environment for women to get inspired to enter and sustain in such workplaces altogether. As per the estimates of United Nations Asian and Pacific Training Center for Information and Communication Technology for Development, women earn 24 US dollars less than as compared to men. On an average, female also occupy 50.5% jobs in vulnerable sectors with poor pay. Globally, women earn 77 cents for every dollar men earn. For women with children, the gap factor is high, depicting a motherhood penalty in wages. Even though ICT jobs provide higher remuneration, females are still provided with low payment than as compared to their male counterparts. The graph compares internet access between women with and without children in two regions, Sub-Saharan Africa and South Asia. The data reveals significant disparities in both these regions. In sub-Saharan Africa, having children has a modest impact on the internet access in this region, whereas in South Asia, having children has a more substantial impact on the women's internet access. ICT and Sustainable Development Goals are both catalysts for empowerment and inclusion of women in the workforce. The United Nations has formulated the SDGs in 2015 with the Agenda 2030 in view to achieve sustainable development within the given time frame. Several SDGs incorporate the use of technology in enhancing the levels of development and empowerment of women. The SDGs formulated a total of 17 goals and 169 associated targets. Within these goals, women empowerment and the role of ICT is kept embedded, where ICT could empower women while attaining sustainable development. For example, Target 1.4 ensures equal rights to economic resources, including new technology and financial services. Target 4.B is to expand scholarships for ICT, technical, engineering, and scientific programs. Target 5.B is to enhance the use of enabling technology, particularly ICT, to promote women's empowerment. Target 9.C significantly increases access to ICT and strive to provide universal and affordable internet access. Target 16.10 ensures public access to information and protect fundamental freedom in accordance with national legislation and international agreements. There are numerous successful examples of ICT to empower women. The Women Digital Literacy Campaign trained 1 million unskilled women to improve their livelihood across the globe. In Tunisia, support for ICTs for women has been legally recognized through the Personal Status Code. Kenya and South Africa have 20 Mozilla clubs for women and girls teaching basic coding and enhancing ICT skills. In India, organizations like Dhan Foundation, Swayam Krishi Sangam, and Self-Employed Women's Association, SEVA, have used ICTs to improve microfinance projects and provide community learning centers for women. India Shop. This e-commerce website in Tamil Nadu was designed to sell products made by rural women, cooperatives, and NGOs. The African Women's Network of the Association for Progressive Communications has conducted training workshops to support electronic networking among women's groups. PeaceX, founded by Patricia Smith Melton, connects women across the globe through online means to work towards peace actions and empowerment of women. Then these are some other case studies which show successful ICT use for women's empowerment. Food, Foundation of Occupation Development. This organization launched a project called Intercity Marketing Network for Women Micro Entrepreneurs through cell phone. Drummergirl.com. This website was created by musician Jane Pironi to encourage future female drummers. The African Women's Network for the Association for Progressive Communications has conducted training workshops to support electronic networking among women's group. The Multimedia Carwa project in Senegal provided rural women with the opportunity to develop their own ideas on how ICT can be used to meet their development needs and goals. In Kenya, women and men weavers were trained in using the internet to learn new weaving techniques and access more realistic prices for their products. In Uganda, the Uganda Media Women's Association established a radio program named Mama FM, where women can actively participate and learn about developmental issues such as human rights, children, governance, nutrition, and health. The UNDP Telecenter project in Ukraine applies ICTs to agriculture and farm management to support women farmers who identified lack of information and networking tools as the major obstacles to their becoming successful entrepreneurs in a new market economy. Despite progress, women's representation in ICT sector remains low. Women's representation in the ICT sector remains at 23 to 25%, with top tech companies having less than 40% women employees. Even at Apple, which leads in tech jobs, women are only 10%. The line graph tracks the composition of women employees in India's ICT sector from 1990 to 2025. It shows a steady increase from 10% in 1990 to 34% in 2015, with a projected rise to 50% by 2020. The pie chart focusing on ICT specialists in the European Union reveals a significant gender disparity, with men dominating 83.50 compared to the women at 16.50%. The horizontal bar chart shows the share of firms with female top managers in 2017 across different regions. East Asia and Pacific leads with 32.75%, while the Middle East and North Africa has the lowest representation at 5.39%. The global average stands at 18.56%. These data illustrates the persistent gender gap in the ICT sector, highlighting both regional variations and the slow progress in achieving gender parity despite some positive trends in certain regions and countries. To address the gender divide in ICT, we need to enhance women's rights both online as well as offline while creating ICT policies, bringing awareness of gender-based hostility in the ICT sector and create laws to combat it. Provide proper distribution of ICT skill development means. Enhance the STEM field of education to be more gender neutral. Advocate equal distribution of paid and unpaid work. Provide content from trusted sources. Identify the correct mix of technologies and enhance partnership programs for their implementation. Ensure that ICT and gender equality brings long-term sustainability. Let us sum up. ICT is a tool that can be a boon to uplift women from their disempowered state, and the access and proper usage should be embedded within the equality agenda itself. There is a need of shift in the societal belief of gender segregation so that equitable growth can be achieved for sustainable development of the future. Thank you, learners, for your attention.